we have to understand the first world, second world, and third world. In 2 Peter 3, he said people are willingly ignorant that the world stood out of water and by water. And he says the first world was destroyed with water and the second one with fire. We are not in the first world. We are not in the second world. We are in the third world. The third world you find in Ephesians 3 verse 20-21. He says, glory be to God in the church, a world without end. Wow. So the first world ended, the second world ended. The first world had last days, the second world had last days. The third world has a last day. And the last day will be a raising up to our original state. Wow, is that not awesome? So Job comes and he lives in the first world. And you know what he says? He says, there is no hope for a man, but there is hope for a tree. What? He says, even at the scent of water, it will bud again, even though it were dead in the stump. What? Is that not awesome? Then Job says, I know my Redeemer live. The next verse is absurd. He says, though my skin will be devoured by the worms, my flesh will see God. He says, I will wait in my grave till I get my final change. What? Job, though he lived in dust in a time where there was no hope, come on, he believed that God will finally get his body resurrected. Abraham lived in the second world. This is where the promise of life came in. Abraham, God called him out of a city and said, come out of your family, out of the city. Why? After the flood, the second world was to prepare the bodies on earth to receive the eternal Spirit of God, because the ark could not land. Before the dove found a landing, bringing back an olive leaf. Olive means the anointing. This was all a picture of Jesus coming to be baptized. So in the second world, the Spirit came and stayed, the Spirit came and went, came and went, came and went, came and on. The voice of the Lord came, the word of the Lord came, but it went again. And these people did horrible things. But then Jesus was baptized. And the Spirit came and stayed. He said to John, on him you see the Spirit physically coming and staying. It is him. And the Spirit has never left the planet, because the body was now nailed to the tree of death. It's literally the tree of life, nailed to the tree of death, so that we can eat again. And he poured his Spirit out. So the Spirit never left the planet. That's why he says, if you speak against Jesus, it will be forgiven you. But if you speak against the Spirit, that is what made Jesus the Christ. That is the God indwelling man. This is when Son of Man became Son of God. Now the same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead dwell in us. If that's not a promise of life, what is it? He says he will quicken our mortal bodies.